And coming into this one, Preston Baseplug is going to be one to watch. Also watching out for Julian Bomer. He got a third. Baseplug actually took the win in this one in his division, as did the 402 of Gage Linville, who's going to be, in this class, maybe a tough one to beat.
That might be Linville up front right now.
Yeah, that's definitely Linville out front right now.
Well, thank you very much, Jordan.
I'm up here
and Rodney, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Jordan Jarvis right now.
She's got the eye she races with, and she watches these guys on a nearly weekly basis out there. And Jordan, as this one unfolds, we know coming into this one that Gage is going to be a tough nut to crack. And with a 1 coming into this one, the momentum he's got, the confidence with that, it's going to be tough, even for Preston Baseplug. But I got to say, Preston has really risen to some occasions this week.
I mean, definitely. The interesting part about having 2 or 3 heat races is you have 2 or 3 people coming in with all moto wins already. So there's so much more pressure because everybody is got the best score at the moment. So it's whoever can beat who. You can't rely on, maybe this person will get in between us. You got to go out there and win, especially with all these heavy hitters in this 450B class.
Yeah, maybe more important now than most weekends when you go racing. That is for sure. As we near the completion of lap number 1, it is still the Yamaha off point and up front, and that is that 402 with the 241 in that number 2 position. That is Daxton Vinnick. Vinnick's also had a pretty stellar week of racing himself.
I do believe third is the number 15 of Nate Mason, following up closely behind Dax.
And you got to hand it off to Nate Mason. He's had a really good week this week as well. Some good starts have put him out front. Some decent starts have put him battling for podiums. And today it looks like he's going to be battling for another podium as we head down to the Yamaha podium where Wes Kane stands by.
Thank you, Rodney. I got my third place finisher up here, Adian Babin. Come on up here, bud. I got it. Adian Babin, congratulations. Finishing third. Who do you want to thank?
Lord Jesus Christ, keep me safe. My mom, my dad, my sister, my girlfriend Riley and her whole family. Rob and Sherry out at Real Deal, Kevin Wyndham, Team Sky Racing, O'Neill, Scott, FMF, DT1 Filters, Mika Metals, Alpine Star, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
Congratulations out there. Adrian Babin, congratulations. Second place, Nicholas Pierzak. Come on over here, we'll get it right. We've been trying to figure it out all week. Go ahead, tell everybody what's your name, where you're from.
I'm Nicholas Baxter from Chile.
My people from Chile, of course. Love that country. Who do you want to thank?
My dad, my mom, whole MTF crew, little Brian, Colleen, Jacob, everybody else that support me back home. Thank you.
Congratulations out there, Nicholas. Good job finishing up second. Your champ, Brennan Schofield. Congratulations out there. Another championship. Hey, a nice little handshake. Send you off about your way. Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my friends, my family, Matt Walker at Moto X Compound, Tyler Foster, Kim Foster, Chris Dara, Matt Dara, Diane, Ethan, CJ, the whole Dara family, everybody at Rally Motoplex, Rhino Power, O'Neill for the sweet gear, Twin Air, FMF, Moto C, HP Race Development, 100%, Bike Graphics for the sick graphics, Brandon over there kills it every time, Race Lace Wheels, Factory Connection Suspension, Todd over there, and everybody here at Minios for the track and putting on this event. Thank you.
Congratulations out there. Great job. Brennan Schofield, your champion. Take it away from the Yamaha podium, guys.
All right, thanks a lot. And Wes, as we check in some notes of interest here, Benjamin Grieve, a second place finisher from that first moto, and of course in the division racing, but not doing so well out here in second moto as we saw him go by well outside the top 20. So that certainly will change things up a little bit, but up front it's Gage Linville, Daxton Vinnick, and Nate Mason still running 1, 2, and 3 after 2 laps of racing.
After 2 laps of racing, we still have Preston Baseplug back in 7th. He was I think, in 8th the lap before, so he's making slow progress, but it's not a very long race, so he's going to have to get moving if he wants to keep his championship hopes alive.
Yeah, this is a little shorter, I believe, and like 7 laps if I'm not mistaken, so still some time to work with out here, but like you say, it goes by very, very quickly.
It does.
On a day like today.
7 laps is probably about 13, 14 minutes, I think it was, because I had an 8-lap race for my first 250A moto, and I was only out there for 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was it. That's all we got. But it looks like Dax Bennett is closing up on the number 402 of Gage Linville.
And look at the aggression you see out of that rider, trying to put the power to the ground as they drop down into the Gator pit, and coming back out of that Gator pit across that finish line, Linville a 1:49, and now 1.8 second lead as he loses about 0.4 of a second, not quite a half second, but Daxton Bennett is a little quicker as they come out of the Gator pit, and as we head down Gator Falls back into the Gator pit, headed toward the head of the Gator itself right now. Linville still seems to have things dialed in. I thought there for a moment that Bennett might be making that drive and that push. We'll see what happens. This is the fun part of the track for me. This really seems to be where a lot of this racing actually tightens up out here.
It definitely does. These corners are really tight, so it allows for some aggressive passing, maybe get right up next to somebody. Got some definitely different options you can get to. There's the off camera over there. You can go high, you can go low. They're both probably really gnarly and rutted up right now, but I mean, these guys are almost pro now. It's close enough, right?
Yeah, close enough. They should have it figured out.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But we still have your one of your heat race winners, Preston Boastplug, still in 7th. Not making up any time.
You know, several of the 2 and 3 division winners have all seemed to meet out here on the track in a mano-a-mano showdown here today. But yeah, like you said, but the 28 machine has got some ground to make up, and he keeps losing more and more time. When you start adding it up on the clock, we're looking probably about 16 or 17 seconds right now that is separating. So I don't expect to see him necessarily challenge for gold, but he's still got plenty of time to get up there and battle for at least a possible medal and maybe a silver or bronze.
He's definitely got some time to make up, but yeah, I definitely think it's possible to get up to 3rd.
Look at this. Look at the overall right now.
Yeah.
He sits 3rd right now overall.
He is sitting 3rd right now, but come on, you know, as racers, we don't want 3rd place.
No.
We want to be up on the top step.
That's exactly right. Let's start doing some math here. Bennett is looking at a 2-2 with 4 right now. And with the 28, he comes in again with that 1, so 1 and 7 is 8. He's going to have to make up several positions to move up into 2nd place position, but I'm telling you, it's not out of the realm of possibility in that 6th place position now for that 28 after 4 laps of racing complete, and moving up on Leatherman now. He's looking for a top 5 ride, it looks like.
And now, speaking about the championship fight, if Dax Bennett gets around the 402 of Gage Linville, he has the championship.
Exactly.
Because Linville will go 1-2, and Dax will go 2-1, and it'll come to a tiebreaker, and Dax will get it. So Dax is out here putting everything he has out here to try and come home with a championship this week.
Well, 4 laps down and a 3-lap gap between 1st and 2nd place position. And it ain't over till it's over, friends. We've seen that too many times today. We've seen the leaders tip over in the Oh Mercy pumpkin bread. Thank you very much, Jillian. Appreciate that so very, very much.
Yes, I've seen it. I don't know if I personally have done it, but I wouldn't put it past myself to have fallen in the last corner. But it can get to you. The pressure starts to build. You have somebody behind you the whole race. You're super proud of yourself. You held them off, and then you get to the last corner, you throw it away.
Or you get so relaxed, you start thinking ahead 2 corners too soon, and you make that little mental error and drop it over. And that, either way it goes, it's a heartbreaker to see that happen out there like that.
It is.
If you're Mike Brown, you usually have time to get up, dust yourself off, and have plenty of time to still finish the race in your position, but not many do. As Gage Linville checks in now with a 149 after 5, a 150.9. Just more gaps starting to open up, so Bennett has really got some work to get done here. We are at the cross flag mark, so this might be one of those 20-minute motos out there. I knew we had some, and this is one, so we are at the halfway point. So Bennett maybe don't is not in as bad a situation and circumstances as what it appears, even with a 4.3 second gap. You got Mason back there in third, Patrick Murphy in fourth. Base Plug is in the number 5 position as he did get around Derek Leatherman. We saw him making that push. Bomer in the number 7 spot, Mitchell Zaremba in 8th, Avery Long in 9th, and Nick Laurie rounds out the top 10. And doing the math, a 1 and 5 is 6 now for Preston Baseplug. And when we look at Daxton Bennick's scores, he's still got some ground to make up to get up there into that. It's going to take basically a 3rd place position to see it happen.
Yeah, it's going to take
actually a second. He's got to get around him, I think.
Yeah, he definitely has to get around him. Well, yeah, he would have to get around. It would come to a tiebreaker.
It would come to a tiebreaker. Yeah. That's where I found myself there too. So yeah, and that's the beauty of this sport and this 2-moto format. I love the way, you know, it brings you and you see all the, and sometimes when you see those 3 or 4 or 5-way ties even for first place is exciting, and that again shows you that you've got depth of talent in your fields of competition.
You know what's even crazier than a 2-moto format is when you go to Loretta's and you have a 3-moto format and you see a kid win with like a 9-2-1 score, get a championship. Like that's absolutely insane. Like the talent in that class is so deep that it's possible to go 9-1-2 or whatever and still get the championship.
4 years ago, I think I've seen a 6'6" win a novice class championship, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't even hit the podium, no moto medals, but got
That's
the
crazy. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that can happen all the time. That's just like we were talking about. Dax he has more time, but he can't be getting too comfortable, because once you start getting comfortable and Gage Linville is still out there hammering laps, he's going to start inching away, and Dax is going to realize, we got 2 laps left, we got 3 laps left, he's too far. So,
and that's becoming the case right now. Linville just burnt off by a 151.8 on that last lap, around a 153.3 for Dax Bennick. That gap now is basically 6 seconds when we look at it.
Yeah, that's a lot of time to make up, especially when the first 2 runners are so very close. I mean, we're looking at their best lap times, and Dax got the best lap time by 1/10 of a second.
Yeah.
That's just how close they are, and Dax, I think, might be feeling a little bit of the pressure right now, and seeing Linville inch away a little bit, and maybe getting mentally messing him up and going, oh no, he's inching away, I got to keep pushing hard. And I mean, obviously we can't see everything, but he may be making mistakes, or you know, maybe Linville's just out.
And we're back.
A little bit of technical difficulties, you know. AA batteries die every now and then. They don't last forever.
Yeah, Energizer Bunny, Max, we maxed him out right there.
Oh yeah.
All right, Gage Linville in with 7, and Dax Bennick again about 6. I'm going to say now 8 seconds. Yeah, another 2 seconds gain there. Literally 2 seconds on that one. 150.4 to 152.4. Nate Mason's ridden a stellar ride here so far. Patrick Murphy, a stellar ride in 4th place. Baseplug now 1.3 seconds behind, or was 1.3 seconds behind Patrick Murphy in that 4th place position. Now we got to see, Jordan, did this last lap, did lap number 7 yield any progress now from Baseplug as he checks in? He does gain a little more ground. He's now half a second behind. So as we check him coming out down into the Gator pits, the 2 Kawasaki's doing battle. Baseplug is trying to make up that necessary positions that he needs to make. But again, it's going to take a little more than that to move up in the overall. But hey man, every little bit counts out here.
And it looks like we might have the pass coming into this corner. Bose Plug is going around the inside, and it looks like just took the line away from Patrick Murphy. And now I know Patrick Murphy is not happy about that. I personally, I didn't really train with him too much, but he was at Tyler Rattray's with me last year, and he is a great rider. He has definitely stepped it up. I remember riding against him on Super Minis. He's made some definite progress, that's for sure. He's looking awesome out here, and I know he's not happy about that pass. Let's see if he can get him back.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to try, as he knows, as everyone else, as we are waning in time. I imagine probably will be around that 10-11 mark. So we've got 3-4 laps of racing left to go. So again, still plenty of time for things to happen, because once you start getting longer and deeper into these motos, riders begin to fade. And at this point, you got to think in a week of racing, no matter how prepared you are coming into this, and as many motos as riders are racing out there, and as many different classes as they're racing, it's got to start wearing on you, and we could start to see some fatigue start to set in here in the last
Definitely.
motos.
That was always that's what I looked for. I looked for a longer moto so I could capitalize on that, because I could always do the whole moto. But yeah, Dax is definitely looking for something, because his lap times are still about 2 seconds slower than Gage Linville. So he either needs to get moving or start hoping for some good luck on his part, because it looks like Gage Linville's got this down as long as he doesn't make any mistakes.
Yeah, checking out. Mason still running an amazing pace in that number 3 spot, as we said. Preston Baseflug now into the number 4 spot. Murphy in 5th. Julian Bomer in 6th after 8. Derek Leatherman is 7th. Mitchell Zaremba in 8th. Avery Long is 9th. And Nick Laurie rounding out the top 10. And as far as the overalls, again, it's still Linville, Bennick, and Baseflug in the top 3 overall. Nate Mason is 3rd on track, but again, with that win for the 28 machine, that's what is certainly boding well for him here in the latter part of this moto to put him in top 3 overall contention.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for him to, we're looking for Baseflug to get into 3rd place, but he's going to have to put some more energy into it. He's going to have to push a little bit harder, because Nate Mason actually has a faster lap time than almost, what is that, a second and a half?
Yeah.
So if he wants to get into 3rd, he's going to have to drop some heaters these last, 2 laps maybe?
Yeah, and here's the funny thing. I mean, he's been running, consistently 151s, 153s. He's dipping back down into the 151s right now. Gage Linville running 151s. There's a 151.035. That time he had a 153.5 the last time around. So Mason's got a really good pace going on here late in the race. So when you go to start comparing these times, he's going to be looking and say, hey, man, things are going good for me right now.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going great for him. We were just talking about being able to go hard the whole moto. If you look at Nate Mason's time, his last lap was only 2/10 off of his fastest lap. And this is lap 8.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's impressive. That is why he is still in 3rd, and that is why Preston Baseflug, he may have caught him a little bit on that lap, but he's gonna have to keep pushing hard, because it looks like next lap is probably gonna be white flag.
Yeah, I would expect that as well. 2 seconds or so gained. Well, about a second and a half, like you said, gained on that one, but still 4.6 seconds. I'm sure Preston's probably feeling it and thinking it and wanting it right now, and he's digging for it. Nate Mason, though, I've heard that name mentioned a few times off the mic and just walking around. That's another kid that's been kind of impressive as far as his rides this week. I've mentioned Avery Long. He's impressed me on several different occasions so far this week. Just a lot of riders starting to blossom and show fruits of their labors, I think, here on this Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, you normally get to see a little bit of that in, I feel like, the Super Mini class or like the schoolboy class. And for those who don't get to it, it's the B class, where a good chunk of them tend to do that. And I definitely, personally, I haven't watched a ton of B races, but I'm very impressed by Nate Mason right now. He has got a ton of big names behind him, and he is still going strong. I don't see him fading at all.
Well, he's been doing these kind of rides all week long. As the white flag is out for Gage Linville, he checks in. 10 laps complete now in the 152 range. Daxton Bennick checking in 2nd, about 10 seconds back. Nate Mason was running about 15 seconds back in that number 3 spot. We should be seeing him come by about right now. And Mason checks in with a 152, so he's still got a solid pace going on. He actually a little faster than anyone. He's the fastest lap that time around by only a few 100ths of a second. But hey, you got some bragging rights there, man. Baseflug a 152.4, so he's right on track. No time gained on that one. Bowman rounding out the top 5. So again, Preston may be of the mindset at this particular point. Let's push it a little bit, have some fun, see if we can do it. But hey, I don't know I know some people tell me that they do the math in their head whenever they're on the track out there. He may be doing the math, and maybe realizing, hey, there's nothing else I can do. I might as well sit where I'm at.
I think at this point you're probably right. His mechanic is probably telling him, hey, you did what you could, but don't get hurt. That's the biggest thing right now. This is probably his last race. I don't imagine there's another B race after this, but
no, I don't think so.
I guarantee you his mechanics got it on the pit board that just be safe, because that's all you're going to get out of these last laps. He's got a almost 5 second difference from third to where he's at right now. And regardless of whether he got that position, I don't know if that would change the overalls. No,
it wouldn't. I don't think so.
I think it might have put him in. No, it wouldn't. You're right. Yep. So it wouldn't do him anything to risk getting hurt.
The risk, there's no reward there, so there's no sense in taking the risk, in my opinion anyway. So 450B wrapping up. We got a 450 Pro Sport class coming up in a couple of races too, the 42, race 42. So this is race 39 right now. So if you're thinking, that's the last big race we get, no, it's not, because we still got 125, 12 to 17 BC. Super Mini 2 coming out. Up next is going to be the race 40. The girls 11 to 16, another barn burner as the checkers are out. Gage Linville takes the gold here in the 450B class, and Daxton Bennick taking second, and that will